So inshallah we're going to start. So we are doing Surah AlHujrat, and inshallah we will do the second ayat of this surah today. Again, this surah teaches us how to give utmost respect to Prophet ﷺ. And I'll do a simple translation so we can understand the context of that. Is that some people came to visit Prophet ﷺ and they stood outside his place, which is called Hujurat, and they called him by his name. And some of the Tafseer said they called him by the name, Ya Muhammad, come out. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not appreciate this kind of disrespect to the Prophet, and these ayats were revealed to teach the people and the followers that they should show respect to Prophet ﷺ. Don't call him by his name like the way you call each other, but call him by his title. Ya ayyuhal nabi, Ya ayyuhal rasul, Ya ayyuhal muzammil. Those are all the titles Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to him in the Quran. Address him by his title, not by his name. Nowhere in the Quran, the entire Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even one time has called Prophet ﷺ by his name. So with that background, I'll just do a quick translation and then we'll do a breakdown. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O those of you who believed, La tarfa'u, do not raise, aswatakum, your voices, fawqa, above, sautin nabi, on the voice of the Prophet. An-Nabi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is using the title An-Nabi for him. Wala tajharu, and do not speak loudly, lahu, to him, to the Prophet, bil qawli, in any saying, any word or any statement or any conversation, you do that. Kajahari, the way you talk loudly, ba'dukum li ba'din, to each other. Among each other you speak loudly, and however you speak, but don't talk to the Prophet by raising your voice or talking loudly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says if you did, then there is a payment for that, which is antahbata amalakum, that maybe all your deeds will be wasted. All your good deeds you do will go to waste as a punishment showing disrespect to the Prophet ﷺ. And Allah says, La tash'uru wa antum la tash'urun, and you may even not know that you have wasted all your good deeds. So this is the end of this ayat. So inshallah we'll go and do the breakdown. The first ayat that we did also start with the same three words, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Now remember that respect is being taught to those who have believed, those who have submitted to the commands of Allah and also joined the Prophet ﷺ. In general, people of one following do not show respect to the other, but that's their problem. But as soon as you have entered and have accepted that this is your Prophet and this is your deen, then you have to show the utmost respect within that. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these are the words we have done a detailed breakdown. Ya ayyuha means O. It's a word, harf nada, to address someone. If you want to call someone, first you use the word, either you use Ya, like say Ya akhi, oh my brother, or you use the word Ya ayyuha. Both have the same meaning. And this is a way of addressing the person so the person can have the attention to you, then you start speaking. So Ya is used with any name. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Ya Musa in the Quran, Ya Isa, okay, Ya Ibrahim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing and inviting the attention by calling the harf nada Ya, O. Okay. Now, when a word starts with the letters alif and lam, and in this case you can see the word alif and lam is alladhina, then you don't use ya, but you use ya ayyuha. The meaning is same. The meaning of ya and ya ayyuha is same. The meaning is O. But usage is different. If it's a proper name or a name, you say ya. But if the name or the word starts with al, then you use ya ayyuha. So if you look at some of the names, the way Surah starts, Ya ayyuhal muzammil. Al is there in al muzammil. So the word ya is used. Ya ayyuhal muddassir. Al is there. So you use the word ayyuha. Okay? So that is the meaning. Alladhina comes very often in the Quran. Alladhina means those. It's the plural of alladhi. Alladhi means he. Alladhina means those. So we have seen this in the first ayat. Alladhina. Now, whenever Alladhina comes in the Quran, which simply meaning those, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defines who are those people. Always there has to be a definition of those people about whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking. So there will be a word defining those people. In this case, the word is amanu. They believed. Okay. If there is a word, for example, kafaru, then they disbelieved. So definition of alladhina will always be there. So in this case, amanu, amana means to believe. Amanu, and we have done this, is a plural of third person. They believed. Okay? So meaning of amanu is they believed in the past tense. But to make a proper sentence, we will say who believed. O those who believed. And we have done the detailed breakdown of these words in the first ayat. So now, the next word is la tarfa'u. Okay? So we learned few times a template, which is if you have these three letters, fa, and lam. Okay? And the meaning is to do. Okay? If I add a la in the beginning, okay, and a vaw at the end with an alif which is not pronounced, okay, and a ta here, this is a template. If I add these things in there, what is that these things bring in the meaning? La means not. Okay. This ta with a fatha is for second person, you. Okay, so this is for you. Okay. And waw is for plural. And alif is written with a little circle. It is called alif separation. It is not pronounced, it is only written there. Okay. this alif there. Now take the three letters which are the letters that we want to learn. So you put those three letters in the middle, like that. Okay. And then you combine them by this way. So this word becomes la taf'alu. This is a command forbidding, and the meaning is that do not do. If you want to tell someone or some people, a group, not doing something, then this is the template. So the blue colors are creating the command, and the middle three letters is whatever you want to use the vocabulary for. Okay? So this in this surah, this format will come a lot. This surah is based do, don't do, do, don't do. So just remember the format. La is for forbidding, not doing. Ta is you, because command is given to the person who is in front of you. If the plural, many people are there, then you add a waw at the end. La taf'alu. Okay. Now we are going to take these three letters, Ra, Fa, and Ain. Okay. The meaning of these three letters is to raise. Rafa'a means to raise. Okay. So if I use these three letters on this template, it will be straight substitution of these three letters. So it will become la tarfa'u. Okay, and the meaning will be do not raise. Okay, so this will become la this is the template, and you put the middle letter Ra, Fa, and Ain. Okay. La tarfa'u, do not raise. Okay, straight meaning is do not raise. Okay, so the meaning will be plural, do not raise. Okay. So now let's learn a couple other words. So next is we will learn these three letters, Swad, Waw, and Ta. Okay. If I combine these in this way, Sawtun, this means voice. Full word is Sawtun, is a noun. It means voice. Okay. That means the three letters means to make a voice or to sound something, but the noun by itself is voice. Okay. Then the plural of this word is aswatun. Aswatun means voices. many voices, okay, are called aswatun. Okay. Okay. Now we will take another word here. Kum. Kum means you, and it is plural, you all. If it was ka, you one person, kum means you all. Okay. Now this is a noun, aswatun, plural, and this is a pronoun, kum, you. We want to connect these two, and for doing that, we simply put an off in between. Okay. So when I say in English, voices of you is your voices. The proper meaning of voices of you is better English is your voices. Okay. So now in English, when we do this, the word becomes your voices. Okay. What we do in Arabic to make the meaning of, we look at the first word, which is aswatun. Last letter ta has two dhammas on it. So what we do, we remove two and just put one there. So the word becomes aswatu. Okay. Originally it was aswatun. This rule of combination changes to one. This is a pronoun. Pronouns don't change. So kum will remain kum. So the final word will be aswatu kum, which is same as saying your voices. Okay, so this word now became aswatu kum. Your voices. Now, this is just a word which is created by combining two words. Your voices, okay? But it is not a complete sentence. I mean, your voices, then what? Either you should be doing something, your voices, or you will be speaking, or someone will be saying something to you. By itself, your voices doesn't mean any complete statement. Okay.
I just have a question. Earlier you said the word ta is for you.
Not this ta. This is the root letter.
Okay.
That was grammar.
Okay.
These are the root letters. Root letter ta does not mean anything. It's just a sound.
Okay.
It's like a T. That's all.
But when we were reading, la ta,
Tarfa wala tafalu. Yeah.
right. In there, ta was for you.
Ta was used to make a grammar there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but here we need kum to say you.
Yes. Exactly. Okay. So there is a template that how to make a second person present tense. That starts with ta. Okay. So the word now became aswatukum. Okay. Your voices. Now we want to put this into a sentence. Okay. And sentence can be any sentence where this word either doing something or someone is doing something to this word or this group of two words. Okay. here aswatukum is coming after la tarfa'u. In the Quran, the word aswat, actually the original word is aswatu. That's what I want to emphasize now. That so far we have made the word aswatukum. But in the Quran, it is aswatakum. Okay? So what's happening there? That's what we want to recall. We have learned this rule, but I just want to go one more time. Is that if you look at this sentence here, this much. Look at the word, we use this template or this rule many times. Khalaqa. 3 letters. And the meaning of this is he, third person, created. That is the meaning of khalaqa. Okay. So what is information? What kind of information is in there? A third person is there, he, singular, masculine. This is all the definition of he. The second information is that whatever the word is, it is a past tense. Okay? Something is being done or someone is doing something. So this, and when something is done, it is called fail. Fail means activity, some action is being done with the grammar, past tense, present tense, or future tense. This word is a doer. He is the one, so it is called fa'il. Okay? So this word has lot of information. One word, khalaqa, okay, has the information that there is a doer there, he is doing something. There is an activity which he is working on. Okay? Khalaqa, fa'ala, the doer is there. Now one thing is missing. What is he doing? What is he creating? For a complete sentence, there should be someone that he is working on. Okay? So let's put a word there. We will put the word here. And the full word is al-insanu. Al-insanu. Al-insanu means the man. Okay? The man. Okay? So now this is a full sentence. In English, this statement is complete. He created the man. Okay? Full sentence, complete meaning. But in Arabic, we add some more information in there. We add some more information in the Arabic sentence. And that information is that I change this last letters Dhamma to a fatha. And why did I do that? The word now became al-insana. Original word was al-insanu, but now it has become al-insana. Okay, if I take the word man, man, and just write down somewhere else, you have no information if this man was doing something or someone was doing something to this man. But if I take the word al-insana and write down somewhere, it means this man, he cannot do anything himself. Someone is always going to work on him. And that in English called object. And in Arabic it is called maf'ul. Okay, so maf'ul is always, object is always someone upon whom work is being done. Okay, as I said that if I cover the word he created and just leave the man in English, you would not know the main word is doing something or someone is being done on him. But in Arabic, we just added this extra information here. And that information has put the word object in the parentheses of this word. So now this word in this sentence cannot be anything but is being created. Work is being done on him. Okay? So that is a very sound rule of Arabic, that by doing these little changes here, changing Dhamma to a Fatah, you are writing in the parentheses that this is object. Okay? More information is being given. So this is, okay, now here, La tarfa'u, and the word is aswatukum. If we use the same kind of definition, in this word, la and tarfa'u, there is an activity to raise the voice. You are the one who is raising the voice. In this case, file is you. But what are you doing? What are you raising? Your voice. So you're working on the voice, right? So the voice should be changed from Dhamma to a Fatha. So aswato should be changed to aswata. To add more information that this is your voice, you are working on them, you are creating the voice. This is an object. The voice is your object. So that is the reason we will change this to Fatha to bring more information. Okay? So your voices. In English you will not know the details, but in Arabic there is much more information there. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding, forbidding, do not raise your voices. Do not raise your voices. Okay? So now let's see what else is being said after that. Okay? So we'll go back to the word here. Same three root letters. Swad, Waw, and Ta. And we just learned that Sautun means voice. Sautun, we just learned. Swatun was the plural. Sautun means one voice. Okay? Okay. So now the other word that we want to learn is Noon, Ba, and Ya. Okay. The meaning of this is to inform. At least one of the meanings. And the word Nabiyun. This means informer. The one who gives the information is Nabi. Okay? When you stop, we say Nabi, but the full word is Nabiyun. All the nouns always end up with two dhammas here. Sautun, Nabiyun. Okay? When we put al before that, al brings the meaning da. Okay? And whenever you put al, it changes two dhammas to one. Okay? So the word become al nabiyyu. Noon and lam, when they come together, you don't pronounce lam, but you pronounce noon twice. So it became an-nabiyyu. An-nabiyyu is the one who is informing you. If he is informing you things that are coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is the prophet. Okay, so an-nabiyyu means the prophet. Okay, now the word al is saying it is not just any nabi, some particular nabi, the nabi. Okay, and here the nabi is pointing to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again as I mentioned, is using his title an-nabiyyu. Okay, so the final word is here an-nabiyyu. Lam is not pronounced, so it is an-nabiyyu. Complete pronunciation should be made because it was nabiyyun. Anytime you create a noun, it will have two dhammas at the end. So nabiyyun. Then you put al, it becomes an-nabiyyu. So that is the word, the prophet. So now these are two separate words. Sautun means voice, and an-nabiyyu, the prophet. Okay, so now again we want to combine these two, make a relationship, and we do the same thing. We put an off here. Okay, in English it became a relationship, voice of the prophet. Voice of the prophet. Okay, what happens in Arabic? The rule is that when you have two nouns, then look at the last letter, two dhammas, they change into one. So this becomes sautu. Okay, and when the noun, in the second noun, you just take this dhamma and make it kasra. That is the rule. That brings the meaning of off. Okay. If two nouns, you have to change both nouns, last letter, harkat. Two dhammas to one. On the first one, on the second noun, last letter is a dhamma, it becomes a kasra. Okay. Now you have to read them together. So when we read them together, we do not pronounce this alif here. And when we don't pronounce this alif, we change this little sign here to a small swad. Hamzatul wasl, don't pronounce. Standard rule keeps coming. Okay. So final word is Sautun Nabiyyi. Sautun. Just remember that it's not there yet, but up to here, Sautun Nabiyyi. So there's a fatha there, Nabiyyi. Okay. What's the meaning of Sautun Nabiyyi? Voice of the prophet. Okay. Now we'll learn one more thing. Is this word fawqa? Okay. The meaning, English meaning is above. Fawqa. Tahta means below, fawqa means above. These are the words which define, see there are two things, a position and a time. So some words define time, some words define the position. and they are called zaman and makan. Okay. For example, if I'm using the word morning, that's a time. If I'm using the word above or below, that is a place. Okay. So fauqa would do also. So now the word becomes above the voice of the prophet. Above the voice of the prophet. Okay. And fauqa will do one also thing. It will change to sauti. Okay. So that is above the voice of the prophet. Do not raise, la tarfa'u, do not raise, aswatakum, your voices, above the voice of the prophet. So when you are in the company of the prophet, we speaking to him, remain submissive. Do not talk loudly to him. Do not raise your voice above the voice of the prophet. Okay? And this was a teaching that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for one incident that happened, that some people called him from outside. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching to rest of the companions of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when you are in the company of the Prophet, keep your voices low in front of him. Show the utmost respect. Don't call him by his name. Do not call him by loud voices or talk to him, raise your voices in front of him. Don't do all those things. Okay? So that is one part of that. So the meaning is, fauqa means above, Sautil Nabi, voice of the prophet. Okay. Now let's look at another word. What's coming after that? Next, this time we are going to take these three letters, Jim, Ha, and Ra. Jahara. The meaning of this is to speak loudly. To speak loud. Okay. So, the 5 types of prayers that we pray, 3 of the prayers are called Salat-e-Jahari. Same root letters. Jahari means speaking loudly, which means the Imam recites the Quran loudly. Fajr, Maghrib, and Isha. So this word is used for those 3 salats. Salatul Jahari. And the one where he does not recite the Quran loudly, Zuhr and Asr, they are called Salat-e-Sirri. Sirri means khufya, quietly. Okay, so this word, Jim, Ha, and Ra, means to speak loudly. Loudly doesn't mean screaming. Okay, loudly means don't talk too much in a way, or too loud in a way that the person who can hear you, it is burden on him. Okay. So this is okay. So now the same template. La, ta, and this thing. La taf'alu. Okay. So this time you put these 3 letters there, Jim, Ha, and Ra. La tajharu. Okay. Do not speak loudly. Same rule, same template. La taf'alu. La tarfa'u. La tajhar. Okay. That's the word in the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wow means and. La tajharu. Do not speak loudly. Or do not talk loudly. Okay, so it'll be and do not speak loudly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these are the same people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding one more thing: don't speak loudly. Here, la, who, la will be translated as a to, and who is him. To him, and him is pointing to an-Nabi again. And don't speak loudly to him. Okay, same. This who is pointing to an-Nabi. And don't speak loudly to him. Don't speak in a loud way to him. Okay. Lahu means to him. Now let's learn one more word after that. Is these are the three letters: Qaf, Waw, and Lam. Okay. The meaning is to say. Okay. The word, if you combine these three and make sound qawlun, always two dhammas at the end. Okay. It means a word or saying or speech. Many qawl. Qawlun means anything which is being spoken is called qawl. It can be one word, it can be one sentence, it could be a speech. It's called qawlun. Okay. Then we'll put al before that. Al means the saying or the speech or the word. But what al does, it changes two dhammas to one. So it becomes al-qawlu. The word or the saying. Okay. Now we are going to put one more thing. B means here in. Okay. B is called harf-jar. When harf-jar comes, it changes this to a kasra, the last letter always. Okay. Allahu, if you put harf-jar, billahi, last letter becomes kasra. So this word, when you read together, don't pronounce this alif. Bil qawli. in this statement, in this speech, in the word which you are saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not speak loudly in whatever you are saying. So, bil qawl is pointing to jahara. Do not speak loudly or in your conversation. One translation you can do it, in the conversation, or whatever you want to say to the Prophet, in your words, in your speech, in your statement, do not speak loudly. And these are the etiquettes. They should also be used when we are speaking to the people who are respected in the society, okay? Elders, scholars, okay, should apply these rules. If the Prophet is not there, we should apply these rules to our elders, okay, to our teachers, to our scholars, to whoever is elder in the family, okay. وَلَا تَجْهَرُوا لَهُ بِالْقَوْلِ. Do not raise your voice, do not speak loudly to him in your saying or in your words. بِالْقَوْلِ, in the word, in the speech, or in the saying. Okay, now before I do the next word, I have to go to the word after that and then come back. Okay, but before that, let's keep these three letters that we just learned: Jim, Ha, Ra. Okay, Jahara means to speak loudly. Okay, so Jim, if I combine and make a noun, it will be Jaharun. Jaharun means a loud speech or a loud word or a loud sentence. This is a noun. It's a sentence, but loudly spoken sentence. Jahrun. Okay, but we'll go to leave this, come back to that. Okay. So we are going to start with these three letters: Ba, Ain, and Dawad. Okay. If I make this word Ba'adun, this means some. And in this word is very commonly used. Baz log, some people. But actual word is Ba'adun. Okay. So not all, but some is used for Ba'adun. Okay. That's the full word is Ba'adun. Okay. Now I'm going to combine this with this word kum. And this means you and a plural. Okay. Just learn this when we combine with aswatun. Kum. Kum means you all. Okay. Do the same thing. Put an off here. Relate these two words to one another. Okay. So in English, some of you, straight. In Arabic, we look at the first one and change two dhammas into one. Second one is a pronoun that doesn't change. Okay, so it remains kum. So it became ba'dukum. Ba'dukum means some of you. Not all of you, but some of you, few of you. Okay? So this word will become finally ba'dukum. Some of you. Okay. So the word is ba'du, very important. It was ba'dun. Combination will change one dhamma. It is ba'dukum. Okay. Now I'm going to rewrite here so we can understand. The word is ba'dukum. And the meaning is some of you. Okay. Now I'm going to take this word jaharun and write here. Okay. And what's the meaning of jaharun? Loud. I'm going to just use the word speech. Loud word or loud speech. Okay. This here. Okay. So now you have two words. Some of you, ba'dukum, and a loud speech. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to combine these two. Loud word of some of you. Loud speech of some of you. I mean, some of you are speaking loudly, some are not. So whatever you are saying, some of you, is loud saying or loud word of some of you, right? Oh. So when we combine in English, the rule is always same here. Okay? You look at the first word, and two dhammas will change into one. So jaharun will become jaharu. Okay? And the second word, if it is a noun, a dhamma changes to a kasra. So second word is ba'adu, it changes to a kasra. Remember, whenever there are two nouns, the first noun, last letter changes two dhammas to one dhamma. In the second word, dhamma, one changes to one kasra. Okay? When we have the word kitabun, and we have the word Allahu, okay? When we combine them together, Book of Allah, what changes here? First word get one dhamma, second word get a kasra. Kitabullahi, Book of Allah. So that's a very standard rule, remember always. When you make off in between relationship, it's called mudaf and mudaf ilayh in English, in Arabic. That's the rule of combining two nouns, making a relationship between them. So that's the equivalent of off in English. Kitabullahi. So that's what we did. The kum is not the second noun. The ba'adu is the second noun. So it become ba'di. It's like Allahu became Allahi. So now this sentence translates, loud speech of some of you. Loud speech of some of you. Okay. Now I'm going to add one more little letter here, which is ka. Ka means as or like. Ka means as, example. And ka is like a harf jar, so that changes this to kasra. So this is the word in the Quran. Kajahari, this is pronounced as ka jahari, like the word ba'dikum, some of you. So the word or the speech of some of you is fine with yourselves, but don't make it the speech to the Prophet. Like the way you speak to each other among yourselves, don't speak to Prophet like that. Okay, so the kajahari, like the speech or as the speech or the words ba'dikum, to some of you. Now there is one more word after that. So this word we just learned, ba'adun. Ba'adun means some. Okay. Now we are going to put a letter li. Li means two. Li is a harf jar. It changes to dhammas to kasras. Liba'adin, to some. So like the speech of some of you to some others. Ba'adin is coming twice, but the combined simple English meaning will be to each other, among each other, the way you speak among each other. Ba'adukum li ba'adin means to one another. Some of you to some others means among each other. Okay, so first of all, the meaning of li ba'adin means to some others. Some others. So some of you talk to some others. So ba'dikum li ba'din should be translated as to each other, to one another, among yourselves. So the way you speak among yourself loudly, don't speak to Prophet that way. Okay, among your conversations, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you start having jokes, and sometimes any other conversation pops up in the middle. Fine, you can do that. But when you are in the company of the Prophet ﷺ, don't do that. Okay? Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbidding you, commanding you that do not do this in the company of Prophet ﷺ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning the consequence of that. If you did this, what is being forbidden, what will happen? Okay. So the word un is starting. When un comes, this is actually a response. Okay, that. Un means that. If you did, then what will happen? Okay, that. Okay. So just we'll make a sentence. Un means first of all that. Then let's look at this word ha, ba, and to. Okay, this is means to go something to waste, to lose something. Something goes to waste. Habata means something to go to waste. Okay. Zai hona. Okay. Habata. Okay. So if I put 3 fathas, ha, ba, ta. Okay, so the meaning will be he, third person, he went or became lost. Worthless. He became, good word, worthless. Of no value. Something that becomes of no value is worthless. Okay? Because when we put 3 fathas, it brings the meaning of third person and past tense. Okay, so we'll keep the meaning so. Okay. Now, if I add a ta at the end, this becomes habatat. This is the grammar of feminine. So the word meaning will be she became worthless. Okay, now we're going to replace the she, but it's a feminine word. Okay, whatever that thing is. Okay. Okay, now let's learn this word. Ain, mim, and lam. And the noun is amalun. Amalun means deed or action or work. Amal means whatever you do is called amal. Okay. Its plural is a'malun. Deeds. Amalun is one amal, one action, one deed. Its plural is a'malun. Okay. Then you combine this with kum. Okay. Kum means you all, plural. Now combine these together by putting an off here. Okay, so it became deeds of you means your deeds. Whatever you did are your deeds. So what happens in Arabic is standard rule, let's change to the mas to 1. And pronoun don't change, kum. A'malukum. Okay, so this word became a'malukum. Your deeds. A'malukum is your deeds, your actions. This word is a feminine word. This word, amalun, is a feminine. So when we put habatat, I have to bring a different grammar rule here. So this is one meaning, okay? This is the past tense. this became useless. But I want to bring the word is for the present tense. So I want to explain that word. So we don't need the past tense here. Okay. So the root letters are ha, ba, and ta. Okay. This means to become worthless. Or to go to waste. Okay. Now, in the grammar, if you look in the grammar table, there's in the present tense, when we put a ta in the beginning, taf'alu. This means so root letters were ta, fa, and lam. The meaning was to do. Okay. So when you add a ta in the beginning with a fatha, like this thing, this brings two meanings. A present tense. The meaning of this word is you, present tense, do, and also she does. Both meanings are for same word. She does or you do, for both of them this word is used. A ta is put in the beginning. See, this is the ta when we are making la taf'alu, you. Okay. So anyway, this has both meanings. Okay. So now if we apply on this word, the meaning will be she goes, she becomes worthless, or you become worthless, right? Amalukum is your deeds. So this will replace she. So the meaning will be your deeds become worthless. So by putting a ta in the beginning, and you have to actually combine before real meanings come up.
So deed is feminine?
Yes, amalun is feminine. So taha batu amalukum. So what happens? This is she becomes, this is a present tense, or in Arabic, present tense, future are same grammar. So you can say she will become worthless. That's the meaning of that. Of no value. Okay. So now what happens is that this word will replace she. So this will go away. So the meaning will be your deeds will become worthless. If you talk to Prophet loudly or you raised your voice, the result will be tahbata ama. Now we have to make one more change here. Is it the amalakum in the Quran? Amalukum. So then I don't have to make any change. This word was amalukum here. Okay. So that's the full word. Okay. Now, this word in the beginning, an. Okay. What this word is doing is bringing the result of the condition, result of the consequence that your good deeds may be wasted. In English, there is a very good word for that. Lest your deeds are wasted. Okay. In Urdu में कहते हैं कहीं ऐसा ना हो. That's the meaning of lest. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि your amal waste हो जाए. So un brings the meaning of in English lest, and Urdu में possibilities there of happening. Okay, so that is the meaning of antahbatu. Again, I just want to make sure it's a tahbatu or tahbata, because an is going to make one more change here. These changes keep happening. So actually the word is tahbatu when we start, but this an, when it's making a conditional statement, so it becomes tahbata. These are the small rules, but they come after a lot of repetition of understanding. So this word an is making a statement as a jawab shart, a result of some action, result of a consequence of something. So these are special words, these like fawqa and an, they come to bring a different meaning in the sentence. So when an is put, it does two things. It changes this dhamma to a fatha, whatever word is here. And then it brings the meaning of lest in English. Maybe your deeds will be wasted. Perhaps. So those meanings are brought by the combination of these words here. Okay? So tahboto will become tahbata, because now you are bringing the possibility in the statement. Perhaps, maybe or may not be, but Allah is saying that it is a possibility, lest shayad your deeds go to waste. Okay? So that your deeds are worthless or become worthless. Okay. Now the words are very simple after that. Vav means and, okay, and la means not. And antum means you. And antum means you. And la means not. Okay. So the last word comes from the root letters sheen, ayn, and ra. Okay. The meaning of this word is to perceive, to have some understanding. The word sha'ur is in Urdu, it means understanding of something. If someone has understanding, wisdom, it's called sha'ur. Okay, so that is the meaning, to perceive, to have this understanding. Okay, and if we have the word fa and lam, when we put a ta in the beginning and guna at the end, okay, this brings the meaning of you and present tense, and this is plural. Okay. And the harakats are taf'aluna. Taf'aluna means you do. Okay. Now, in this word, If you just replaced, it will be you understand or you perceive. Tash, in this case, there is another little extra grammar is that middle letter carries a dhamma. So it becomes tash'uruna. Tash'uruna means you perceive. La tash'uruna, you may not even perceive. You may not even realize that your deeds are lost. Okay? You will not even know that all your good deeds are gone to worthless. Okay? So the word is tash'uruna. When you stop, you pronounce tash'urun. La, and you may not perceive or have the feeling.
The last word, tash'uruna, that is via dhamma.
In the Quranic it's dhamma.
Yeah.
That's correct. Tash'uruna. That's the reason I put dhamma on the ayn. Tash'uruna, taf'aluna. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning those that don't do that. These are the losses and consequences of doing. Now, fortunately, we are not living in the time of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so we are a little bit safer from that point of view. But again, this is just for those who were with him. But there in this surah, there are a lot of other things where people afterwards have been forbidden to do. Don't do.
This ayah, I think, was applied to those who raise their voice intentionally. Yes, one the Salah has voice naturally louder. So after hearing his voice, he never come out to the masjid for prayer because he was afraid that when he talked process and raised by nature, very loud. But
So there may be many tafsir of that, yeah. Yeah, the general tafsir that I have read is that some people came from out of town and they stood outside his apartment, which is Hujurat, and they called him, "Oh Muhammad, come out." Okay, so Prophet ﷺ went out, listened to them, went back, but later on these ayats were revealed. So that's one tafsir, but there may be other tafsir that how this incident took place. Yeah, it may be that people were, his companions at the time of Salat were calling him, come outside and lead the prayer. So, but again, the utmost respect is being taught here towards Prophet Sallallahu. So inshallah we'll stop here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it.